Hello there, and welcome back to Friendonkey Wrestling Season 2. We are at Backlash. It's been a short road after WrestleMania. A very short build, but in that time, there have been some developments taking place. Not least of which, is the main event here at Backlash this evening. Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley for the FDW Women's Championship, as she stares us down right there. Now, Backlash will be representing all three brands. All three brands will be putting an appearance here this evening. So a quick rundown of the card so we can see what we've got here this evening. It will be Ilya Dragunov versus Ricochet. After last week, Ricochet not too happy backstage, finding out that he effectively chose his own opponent. But them's the breaks. What you're going to do? If you're going to be a top of the cruiserweight division, you've got to be able to roll with the punches. Representing Monday Night Raw, the LWO will be going against the Judgment Day, it appears. That's what they decided to put on for their match. It is the return of the Supremacy match as well, but this time with an added twist. There's three brands. There can be three representatives. It will be triple threat action here this evening. As after her fantastic debut performance last week, selected Chelsea Green to represent FDW for the first Supremacy match, going up against SmackDown's Carmella and Raw's Molly Holly, which should be a fantastic match. Looking to take the next step on the road to the FDW Championship, it will be LA Knight versus Drew McIntyre. Winner gets Rollins in due course. So both men with the bit between their teeth. A lot to prove. SmackDown, Cody Rhodes will be defending his WWE Championship against their new signing, Kevin Owens. As Kevin Owens found himself out of work after NXT, it would appear, looking to make a new home for himself on SmackDown. And as I already alluded to, one-on-one in the main event, it will be Rhea Ripley defending the FDW Women's Championship against Bianca Belair. But without further ado, we're going to kick things off, as we like to do, with the Cruiserweights. And this should be a great match. We've seen Ricochet in action already this season in that fantastic tag match. And who better to announce him down to the ring than his partner, Samantha Irvin. But he'll be going one-on-one against Ilya Dragunov. And if Ilya's performance last week was anything to go by, this could be over quickly if Ricochet's not careful. As Ilya Dragunov pretty much flattened Dragon Lee in what I certainly would define as an upset. Already bowing down, showing that the mat is sacred. Dragunov reaching out, looking to take his first bit of gold. Well, in all of his time here, really, on Friendonkey Gaming, from at least what we've seen of him. But certainly an FD-dub, as he looks to dethrone the king of the Cruiserweight Mountain, Ricochet. But that is going to be one hell of a throne to try and claim. As Ricochet, the only man to have held a championship more than once here on FDW. And we know once he claims a belt, how hard he can be to bring down. Does Dragunov has what it takes. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, the FDW Cruiserweight Championship. All to fight for here this evening in your opening bout for Backlash. Ricochet stares on. Still fairly recently won prize, it must be said, after dethroning Axiom at WrestleMania. No idea who this referee is called, so I shall call her Daughter of Doug. Until I could think of a better name for her. And there's the bell. We're off to the races straight away as Dragunov comes out swinging, literally Not letting Ricochet get away. Got his hands on him. Not having any of it. Looking to go for the pin. Could this be it? Not quite. But just keeping Ricochet, keeping him honest. Springboard elbow there from the Cruiserweight Champion. Now we've seen Ilya Dragunov before here on this channel. We've seen him be less than successful. But here it would seem he's got a renewed vigour. A brutality, a feistiness. And he's going to need it if he's going to have any hopes of dethroning Ricochet. As Ricochet's in control now, looking to systematically take down Ilya Dragunov. Big suplex there and deep hook to the leg there. His shoulders down to the mat. 2 count already. Dragunov perhaps a little dazed by the bright lights of Backlash. Again, a big suplex from Dragunov, proving that the cruiserweights aren't just all about high-flying, whizzy, flippy shit. Ricochet looking to get himself a bit of breathing room, but Dragunov wisely thinking better of it. As he thought about a high-risk manoeuvre. Collar elbow tie up on the outside. Slaps. Disrespectful to Ricochet. Dragunov just manhandling the Cruiserweight Champion there into the ring post as he looks to systematically destroy Ricochet piece by piece. Back between the ropes now. They lock up once again. If I had to call it at this point, I'd say advantage Dragunov, I must say. Perhaps Ricochet, exhaustion and fatigue finally starting to set in from having to fight for so long as Cruiserweight Champion and claw his way back to the top. Is he about to just be knocked off his pedestal once again by the newest and perhaps biggest signing of the Cruiserweight division, Ilya Dragunov? Snug knee there from Ricochet as Dragunov nearly went for the throat. Ricochet package, pile driver to the mat. All to play for still here. Swing out sitting net breaker there as Ricochet stumbling a little bit here. Not quite learned how to hop over someone, but again the swinging net breaker. Is Ricochet gonna bust out a patented big maneuver? He slows the pace down a little bit, but we've seen this so many times from Ricochet. He can slow it down, he can speed it up. Is he making his mind up like Bucks Fizz? Ricochet with Dragunov up on his shoulders, dropping him to the mat with a kick. Dragunov to the corner now, referee in all the wrong places. And perhaps it was just that minor bit of unsightedness that let Dragunov get the upper hand again with a swift knee. And back in control, just throwing Ricochet around as he just drags his elbow and his forearm across the face of Ricochet, almost in a disrespectful manner from Dragunov now. Stomping Ricochet. Big senton. And those swift strikes from Dragunov. Clubbing blow to the back. The ball firmly once again in the court of Dragunov. Dropping the Tsar punch down onto Ricochet. And could this be all she wrote? It's a count of 1, it's a 2. And your new Cruiserweight champion in dominant fashion, it must be said, Ilya Dragunov. starting his career off with an absolute bang on FDW. 2 matches in and already championship gold in his hands. Outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. We'll of course be simulating Raw as Balor and Priest hang on to their titles, but now into Supremacy action. Triple threat, of course. Is there Supremacy with a twist? Representing Friday Night Smackdown, it's Carmella. They've clearly decided to sign her in the behind-the-scenes draft. An interesting pick. As she thinks about making her entrance, or she's just going to stand there all day. Already we're not a fan. Strutting down.
The following contest is a triple threat.
And here she comes, representing FDW. We weren't quite sure who to pick for this match, but after her fantastic performance last week against Bianca Belair, I think she deserved an opportunity to represent the brand. She came up short on that occasion. You gotta think maybe due to lack of ring awareness, just getting caught off guard, perhaps the bright lights of FDW catching her off guard once again. But she deserves an opportunity, and if she can bring home a victory for FDW here, she'd certainly be in the good books. But in addition to stepping up against Carmella, she's got to go against the Hall of Famer, representing Monday Night Raw, Molly Holly. Now this should be an interesting wrinkle in this affair. Molly Holly wasting no time like Carmella was on the stage there, posing and strutting and whatnot. She's straight down to the ring, she's straight to business. But we know who we're rooting for in this one. Bring it home for the purple brand, Chelsea. Now, triple threat action means there are no countouts, there are no disqualifications. People are going to need to go the extra mile here to get the win. As the dynamic of this match could be very interesting, and Chelsea already with a big leg. And a Russian leg sweep to Molly Holly, teeing off on both the blue and red brand. Carmella with the abdominal stretch, and Molly Holly just insult to injury there. Now, strategy from Chelsea here, she's going to need to take her time, pace herself, not get gassed too soon, but also be near the other two. It is 1 pinfall to a finish, or 1 submission to a finish. Catching herself a little bit of R&R in the corner, and that's exactly why she's going to need to stay close. Already there have been a couple of pinfall attempts that have needed to be broken up. She can't afford to not be involved in the decision. And if she were to be involved, hopefully she's the woman on top. Giggity, 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 goo. As immediately she finds herself nowhere near the others, but that's perhaps by design as she thinks about bringing some weaponry into the mix. A kendo for green. Teeing off on Carmella. But Molly Holly with it scouted. Carmella. Big suplex there. Holly with a leg sweep. Chelsea almost in control, but Molly Holly, easily the most experienced woman in this match, as Carmella seeks to find some more weaponry as well, and she evens the odds. Teeing off on Molly Holly, but Chelsea Green with it scouted perhaps. Massive swing there from Chelsea Green. As the kendos lay precariously in the ring. This really can go any woman's way as Carmella watches on just as Chelsea Green gets stretched and torn down. But picking your spot, picking your moment in triple threat action. As Chelsea seizes her opportunity again with a big leg. Carmella with a huge drop kick, and Chelsea needs to have eyes and the back of her head, the side of her head, the full 360 rotoscope vision will be needed. Nothing to bow on the outside now, Chelsea. You've got nothing to bow about. Get back in those ropes. Big punch from Green. As Carmella kicks out once again, and Chelsea's really going to need to go to that place, the same place we saw from her last week on FDW, if she's going to have any hopes here. As in a unified offense there from Smackdown and Raw. Is there collusion? I certainly hope not. But Molly Holly looking a hook to the leg. Chelsea looking to get in control. Again, using that bottom rope to her advantage. And looking to get the quick pinfall. Oh dear, that was a big kick there from Carmella. She's in control. Holly looking to get herself some breathing room. She seeks to get some more weaponry. Triple kendos now. And this could be a duel of the fates type scenario. As it's all deteriorating here. It's all kicking off. Chelsea Green getting the kendo in control. Targeting Molly Holly. What better name to make a name for yourself than to pin a Hall of Famer? As she thought about yeeting the kendo, Carmella with the huge airplane spin. Stunned to the outside now is Chelsea, and Molly Holly once again just being brutalised by the kendos. You've got to think she's worn down. Chelsea with a big knee. Could this be her opportunity? She needs to get both women pinned down, or at least one of them isolated. 3 kendos, 3 women, triple threat. Still to come here at Backlash this evening. Representing FDW, we've got the women in the main event. Bianca and Rhea Ripley still to look forward to. And also some unfinished business. Is looking to take step 2 on the road to FDW Championship. Drew McIntyre versus LA Knight in #1 contendership. Carmella now looking to lock in the triangle and lock in the submission. That could be huge as Molly Holly's broken down after all the kendo shots. Carmella still not done. Looking to add insult to injury. Still on the back. Could this be it? Where is Chelsea? It's a 1 count. You got to think if Chelsea wasn't there, that could have been the end of the match. Can she seize her opportunity? Can she take it? Molly Holly still got the fight in her. And this is a hell of a match, ladies and gentlemen. Really are going to war here. Molly Holly with the kip up, showing that she's no one's fool. Dragging Chelsea to the corner. With a big bulldog there from Molly Holly. Chelsea dazed and confused on the outside. Carmella in control. And could she be looking to pick up a pinfall? Get back in the ring, Chelsea. Come on. For the purple brand. Stop standing there posing. That's what's going to lose you the match. She's back in. Molly Holly down to the mat. It's Carmella Oh dear, caught Chelsea off guard. Locks in the triangle submission. Don't tap Chelsea, not like this. One-on-one in the middle of the ring. Oh dear, as the kendo shatters off of Chelsea's back. Carmella hooks the leg and looks to go for the 3 count. You gotta think that was it. All praise be to Molly Holly for the breakup there. As it's all kicking off once again, quick strikes, quick jabs, raking the back, and Molly Holly's back must be in tatters after this match. Carmella slams Chelsea down to the mat. Could that be it? Could this be 3 for Smackdown? That's all she wrote. A game performance from Chelsea Green, but on this occasion it wasn't to be.
Here is your winner,
Advantage Smackdown.
beautiful woman in all of WWE, Carmella.
Now, you're probably thinking, the supremacy, what does the advantage get? Well, all still to be revealed. LA Knight versus Drew McIntyre next. Winner gets Rollins. Been looking forward to this one. Drew McIntyre coming out swinging in a strong match against Big E on the debut episode of FDW Season 2.
The following contest
And LA Knight,
scheduled for one fall.
in what some people would deem an upset,
From Los Angeles,
defeating
California,
CM Punk.
weighing in at 240
But I think that just proves who was the hungrier man on that occasion. But does LA Knight's hunger, has it been satiated? Does he still have the desire to go that extra mile? He's going to need to dig deep if he's going to get past McIntyre. Fans firmly on his side. This should be a hard-hitting affair. And one person I know who will be watching this match very carefully is the reigning FDW champion Seth Rollins, who, lest we forget, is fulfilling his duties as both the world champion and the television champion. Open challenge last week, coming up successful against Tyler Breeze, no less. So perhaps the next man to target him decided from this match. McIntyre and Knight. Backlash getting their money's worth once again this evening. Emanating from Puerto Rico, it would appear. Daughter of Doug got the work cut out for her this evening, as McIntyre just looking to assert his dominance, scoop slam into a cover. We're going to make quick work of it. McIntyre knowing that he's going to need to be full strength if he's going to be facing Seth Rollins. As Knight, quick strikes, quick knee, quick slam. That's what's going to take from Knight to take down McIntyre, I think. The crowd watches on intently. And there's the hunger of Knight on full display. The crowd, it would appear, have their favourite on the side of Knight. But will those mind games have an impact on Drew McIntyre's morale? Or will he remain laser focused enough to take down LA Knight? As he brings Knight back to his feet and just yeets him into the top left corner. McIntyre in control. A methodical pace to begin with, into a big slam, and it's these power moves that really favour McIntyre. Knight needs to be aware of them, how to counter them, and he needs to learn quick, because if he can be worn down, once again McIntyre manhandling Knight, playing with his food perhaps. Clubbing blows from McIntyre, just bringing Knight down to the mat once again. Knight wisely recollecting himself, getting a bit of room. But McIntyre again, huge for a man of his size to move like Ricochet, move like a cruiserweight, is outrageous. And both these men know how deep they're going to have to dig if they're going to beat each other, and then go on to beat Seth Rollins, no less. They've seen what Seth can do. A successful defense against Breeze, against so many a man. The conqueror of Bronson Reed. Knight now in control, whipping McIntyre off the ropes into a big power slam. One count from Knight. Not enough on this occasion, but it's just enough to prove to him that he's there. He's not going to lie down for no one. Not that I'm favouring Knight, of course, on this occasion, but you got to think he's the underdog in this one, and we love an underdog. As Knight now carrying McIntyre around the ring and just gradually whittling him down. Crowd once again on the LA Knight's side. Taking it to the top rope now. What's Knight thinking? He's going to need to go big. Go big or go home. Straight up to the top. Athleticism from LA Knight now as he thinks about huge superplex from LA Knight. Showing that he also has the big power moves when he needs them, and they're not exclusive to McIntyre. As there it is, folks, a BFT, blunt force strong from LA Knight to McIntyre. Could that be enough? 2 count. He's going to need a little more. He's going to need to dig that a little bit deeper to take down the Glaswegian. McIntyre with the running attack scouted. Knight busted open. Big shot there off of LA Knight's eye, no less. And that's how far they're going to have to go. They're going to need to bleed for their opportunity. What are they going to do when they eventually get their hands on Rollins? McIntyre in control. Tied up in the ropes, wearing down Knight's arm. As he thinks about it, future shock DDT from McIntyre, dragging him away from the ropes. And your number 1 contender, Drew McIntyre.
Here is your winner, the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre!
And that is a huge match already confirmed at some point. Drew will face Rollins for the FDW World Championship. He's defeated Big E on step 1. Step 2, conquer the Knight. Step 3, devour the conqueror of Bronson, Seth Rollins. Smackdown then are putting on a no-holds-barred match, it would appear, between Rhodes and Kevin Owens. And the winner, Cody Rhodes, maintaining his championship. But speaking of maintaining championships, will Rhea Ripley be able to cling to her women's championship? Last week we saw things break out a little bit in a brawl. Bianca making her presence felt once again here on Friendonkey Gaming. In the debut, blindsiding Ripley with her own championship belt. But Ripley proving that she's having none of it, just brawling with Bianca Belair after a singles match. For the first time, these two are getting between the ropes. We saw a glimpse of it last week. But this time, gold is on the line. And we know how both of these women operate when there is a championship in the balance. We've seen how relentless Rhea Ripley can be, taking out anyone in her way to get there, but defending a belt is a very different dynamic. Will she defend it just as hard as she fought for it? We've also seen this from Bianca Belair. We've seen that Bianca can be an incredible defensive champion, but in a challenger situation, can she get it done? And she's fighting for a championship she's never seen before, never fought for, never held. Just looking to add to her trophy cabinet, of course, is Belair. But will Ripley defend it with her life? As that's what it's about, ladies and gentlemen. Daughter of Doug, holding the belt proud as the women main event Backlash here this evening. And there's the bell, and we're off to the races immediately. Belair coming out swinging, showing that she has the power to contend with Rhea Ripley. Hook to the leg already, looking to get it done early. 2 count. And Ripley needs to think about waking up a little bit, because if that's all she wrote, that would have been an upset. Belair off the ropes. Split leg splash there. The EST in control. We've said it before, she can do it all. The strikes, the high flying, the power, the technicality. Ripley's going to need to show that she can hang with Belair on every level. Already she's displaying that she can be the powerhouse. She showed that already on the debut episode of Season 2, overcoming a game at Fallon Henley. Also known for her power. Ripley almost disrespectful, very disrespectful, just wiping her feet of Belair. Huge choke slam there, just dropping Belair down to the mat. Daughter of Doug sliding into position, a little slow on the uptake there, not gonna lie. And this is gonna be a war. Slow and methodical to begin with. Big backdrop there to Rhea Ripley. They've got to wear each other down. Who can go longest? It's going to be a war of attrition, this one. Up to a count of 2. A reminder then that in championship match, championship advantage is in play. First woman to pick up pinfall or submission will become the champion. Countouts, disqualifications, means that Rhea will retain no matter what. She knows this. Bianca knows this. What will that do to the dynamic of this match? It's Belair just turning Ripley's momentum against her, but Ripley having none of it. Swift kicks. Not even letting Belair fall down to the mat properly. And that she's in control here. She sits the top. She is the queen. Strutting her stuff now is Rhea Ripley. And just systematically picking Belair apart. Maintaining that control. That's what it's about. Not just from a physical perspective, but also mental, as she Goes to the high-risk maneuver, dropping the elbow off the top rope. Belair with it scouted, and she now gets the upper hand. Standing moonsault there, and again that's that athleticism of Belair. Ripley powering out of it. The never say die attitude. Belair knows what it takes to hold championship gold. Ripley currently sitting as the champion. Both these women know how far they're going to have to go. Ripley scolding, admonishing Belair on the outside now, as she goes for her creepy blows to the head. Belair laying dazed and confused on the outside. Count of 2. Stairs getting in the way there, it would appear a little bit. Back and forth the momentum of this match goes once again. As Belair looking to assert her dominance, but Rhea having none of it once again. She really has got Belair's number. Count of 5. Is this really how Rhea Ripley wants to retain? Count of 6. She thinks again about a big high-risk maneuver, dropping the elbow once again. Belair with it scouted, wiping the hands of her, but not to be outdone. Ripley dusting her shoulders off. Just an absolute wrecking machine. The Terminator-like presence of Rhea Ripley once again with the gun show. Count of 4 now from Daughter of Doug. Ripley looks to drag things back to the ring. At least looking to get things done officially here. It's been steady back and forth all match long. Belair back to her feet, building up a head of steam. 3 quick lariats. Ripley dazed and confused in the corner. Belair stumbling over, but Ripley having none of it. Now Bianca just dragging her way back. Every strike from Rhea Ripley's got more power behind it, you've got to think, but Belair still with the never say die attitude. Getting her up, could this be KOD from Belair? Could that be all she wrote? It's a 1 count, it's a 2, and Ripley kicking out there. That move so often enough to put away her competitors. Bianca Belair, she flicks out the standing shooting star press, again gets her up for a second KOD. Could this be it? You gotta think, if Ripley has anything left in the tank, she needs to big beat now, and kicks out at 2. What is it going to take? Belair must be thinking. Showboating will not be enough. Ripley dazed and confused on the mat, off the second rope. I don't know what Bianca was going for there. Just slamming the mat. Bulldog down to the mat. Ripley needs to get herself some breathing room. She needs to recalibrate if we're continuing with the Terminator analogy. Flung to the outside, which has inadvertently helped Ripley on this occasion, I must say. The power of Belair. That is strength. To deadlift Ripley up and then just drop her like that. And now is the realization starting to set in for Rhea Ripley of just the caliber of athlete that has stepped into the ring, has stepped up to her. We knew there were going to be some big signings after the draft, but this could be the biggest of them all. An insult to injury. Belair with the big elbow drop, connecting where Rhea did not, and securing the pinfall victory. Bianca Belair is the new FDW Women's Champion. The dynamic has shifted on FDW already. 2 new champions crowned here this evening in Bianca Belair and Ilya Dragunov. Could there be a third still to come, as we now know that it's going to be Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins for the FDW Championship. Many exciting things still to come here on Season 2 of FDW. I am very much looking forward to it, so stay tuned for the fallout from Backlash. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you are too. Catch you down the road.